What's up, stream? I'm gonna hop back in to my standard account here again. I want to continue some of the money run series, but we'll probably do one of those types of runs this session. See where I'm at. I can't remember exactly. I know that my last two sessions have been pretty anticlimactic when it comes to leveling up and succeeding. This one task is just giving it to me. It's the task that requires, or actually we'll just look at it here. It's checking. So I gotta get the bronze pocket watch. We'll see. Still working on the Saluas, and then eventually I'll make my way into woods. But I have been avoiding that thus far. What ended up happening with my insurance? I got back this rig, which is cool. And apparently someone did actually blast me in the head. Oh, that's right, it was a grenade. Brutal. When things are this cheap, I will use mechanic to get my repair done. For this type of helmet though, I tend to just go with the cheaper option. Like 4K doesn't matter to me, but like these helmets, they don't get any better whenever you're using mechanic, but I definitely recommend using mechanic when you're in that kind of 75% range. The armor I'm not going to care about, so we're just going to repair that as it is. And then I will get ready. I think this is going to be an SKS run. I do not have many weapons left, which is, you know, it's fine. Oh yeah, I lost an M4 and I lost a Vepr style weapon. The 366 one. Yeah, I like the idea of the SKS. Or actually, maybe I'll use the big weapon. I'll use the M4. Though the M4's been kind of brutal. Like, I actually would rather have an AK at this point. And I think I'm just gonna bring an extra mag this time. And, oh, that was weird. I clicked on load and it loaded up that other one. It's kind of nice. So we'll take our rounds, put one in the chamber. Get some backups. I actually almost ran out of ammo the last time I played. And I think I'm pretty good. So I'll just keep this up here for the next inevitable perish. And then I think our character's good aside from meds. Yeah, we are. So I generally don't like to use these small backpacks, but we only have one of our small day packs left. I will inevitably end up with a stack of these that'll be like essentially I'll have infinite of them. It's more dependent on playing scav runs and whatnot, or at least that's a major contributor to them. And surprisingly, I lost one of them. I'm always like curious whenever people take them, but some people do need to take them just like we do. So, quick check on my med situation here. We do have a bandage. I do have a hemostatic, which is tempting, but maybe I'll save that for later. We do have a car med kit, so I'll bring this in. So I'm going to get no extra bandage because we got a 2-use one. I'm going to get 2 tourniquets, and then this is good. So 2 tourniquets and a splint pretty much covers. I hate it when it does that. So we'll grab these, put you in there. So I've got heavy bleed, HP, light bleed, and if I have the chance to bring this in, I won't bring in 2 small bandages. So this is nice. Once we unlock those, it's really a big help. And then the hemostatics are a big help as well. And I could just end up keeping one on my alpha, but I find that on the the standard account, you really, you want to have a CMS as one of your things. You want to have a stack of ammo. And then in this case here, my last slot is going to be for my key. And that's all I really get room for. You're definitely limited. If I was, I think standard account benefits from a key tool. The key tool would be something that you would want to have too. So I'd probably go CMS, key tool, stack of ammo as my other ideal setup. What's up, Carlos? Gucci, how you guys doing? Scav around the woods to find saloons at the FOB camp. That's actually a really good idea. Yeah, I find that if I was playing this account more, I would have this done no problem. Just especially with just all the little scav raids. You're totally right though. That's a great place to find meds. And same thing actually with scav raiding on this one. If I go to the big construction area, I'm going to customs. Let's see if I can get this task done. That'd be good. How you doing, Gucci? Curious to see how this will go. So this is I think attempt number 6 on this same task. The struggle is real. And yeah, I definitely prefer the AKs over the M4s early game. I find the AKs a little easier to handle. I don't know why. I mean, maybe their base recoil is a little bit better than the base recoil on the M4. I was chatting with someone about wipe and what how the game is in early wipe. And you can use any kind of ammo. You can your scavs are actually quite effective no matter what weapon and ammo you have. For the most part, there's a small sampling of ammunition that's not that great, but when everyone's wearing somewhere between tier 2 and tier 4 armor, the game is so much more fun. Even tier 5 armor, you can get ammo that'll rip through that decently well. It'd be cool if tier 6 armor was quite rare. Scavenging in the woods is chill. It's true. Just in a big open area. I think I've scavved woods 1 time in the 4 years that I've owned the game, or the 3 years that I've owned the game. And voice over IP will be implemented this year. Okay. I didn't catch that in the notes. I was reading over some of the talk in the podcast. That's cool to know. I was watching my buddy play Call of Duty, and the voice over IP in that game is pretty funny. It's usually just people spouting slurs or not slurs, but some sort of profanity. It is really interesting to hear somebody else's perspective on a situation, though. Maybe you'll kill somebody, and then you'll hear them, and their perspective on a situation is completely different than what happened. It just shows you how little we actually know and how much we assume. An example of this would be somebody, getting angry about you camping, and whether or not you're camping doesn't actually matter, but them just going to that assumption because you got them in a particular spot that you were camping. And even still, in most games, it's usually smart to to take an advantaged position instead of just pushing through somewhere. That's really interesting. Voice over IP could be all right. The only problem I think I would recognize with it are when people get inappropriate and then like how do you report them for that kind of behavior? Oh, my sensitivity feels so slow. I think I need to change it. It feels slower than normal. Now, what else did you guys see for changes that you liked? I've been playing on a higher sensitivity for Apex Legends. Do I have them on? Yeah. Okay. Graphics, no. Controls, yes. 0.25. Let's go with... Okay. This feels closer to my, like, sensitivity that I've been playing on. Thought I heard something there. I did. Guy was right beside me. That was weird. Let's check out this gun. I really like hunters. He's got 10 rounders, nice. Let's see if we get to keep it. It's like a war zone out there. Oh, and I brought in an empty mag. I gotta be careful because someone could actually be coming from this area down here to my right. I find this side of the map actually, like if you're under geared, this is the hardest side to play off of. Which is exactly what we are right now. I read in the patch that they're going to make sound for rain 30% quieter. The patch that should be coming this week. That's awesome. Nothing in the box. Man, so many grenades. Everyone's trying to get their grenade kills. It's a nice little ambush spot here. So my main objective is to pass some time in the raid. I would like to get to the North Forest. To go over there and hit loot caches. It's this area up here that gets a little tricky. I can run into someone anywhere now. Could even be a guy behind me. Like on my right. Just on the other side, like not far from where I just was. We'll see if I got grenaded in here. PS rounds, I guess, are kind of useful. Take an extra bandage. Got grenaded right here last time we played. By a scav with 2 grenades, no less. It's unlucky to run into a player scav with 1 grenade. So this is the hard part right here. Let's see. This whole area could be traversed up to like 30 seconds ago, and then for the next few minutes quite heavily. It just depends on the interests of the players and the randomness that comes with that. I expect to see somebody right through there. And then people like to come down this hill. I'm curious where the war zones were. Sounds like one of them was over by there's the factory gate. That's where I think a lot of the grenades were going off earlier. Another nice thing about coming up here, if you're lower level, is that generally the style of loot that's up here attracts other lower level players. So your fights are going to be a bit more fair. It's not always the case, but a lot of the time. Even though like you can make a ton of money up here, I think it's just the method that people don't really go for. Like if you're super geared, you're not usually doing loot caches. I don't like the AD spam just as much as the rest of them, but can't beat them, join them, right? No real reason to be taking quarter out of the raid right now. Listen to that pepper gun. Sounds like it's by checkpoint, if you guys know where that is. Screw nuts, cool. Hose, cool. Bolts, big money. What do I need? I think I need screws right now. For the hideout. Bolts are very valuable, but... Oh, I thought I heard one step over on my right. Let's see what happens. And my sensitivity felt so slow. Like, awful slow. Which is funny because that's what I'd been playing with for the last over a year. I guess that step was not a step. Yeah, I remember too to like aim probably towards the knees, honestly. Depending on how far somebody is away from me. So I'm forcing myself to not just run into this cover area here. I realize that I can use my location and use my situation, like, you know, the coverage that's around me. I can use all of that to my advantage as long as I don't give away my position. More screw nuts. Yeah, there's not really a better way for me to organize this. I guess I could get ready to ditch this. I guess I can get rid of one of you. I can get ready to ditch the Cordura if I need to. I probably should just eat the food. So you gain experience eating in the raid. It would be sad if I died with this. You do need to collect MREs for like later in the wipe. Or not later in the wipe, sorry, later in the tasks. Always be ready. Do I find a Salua in the med box up here? Are the enemies that were just shooting down near checkpoint up here now? Sounds like they're still near checkpoint. Oh my. Really nice ammo. Quickly checking how much overweight I am. We gotta check the med box. Come on, Salua. Do it. Oh, and I didn't bring a painkiller. That's convenient. Let's get rid of you. Wow. Can't believe I forgot painkillers. Get out of this open area here. I like to take short steps too whenever I'm sprinting. Like, there's nothing wrong with sprinting a couple steps, stopping, sprinting another couple of steps. If anything, you'll manage your stamina a lot better. And it gives you an opportunity to be slowed down so that you can shoot with accuracy. So otherwise, if you're sprinting and then about to like run into a fight, you'll be in trouble. Especially if you have a low ergo weapon. What else we got in here? G-phone, that's cool. Matches, okay. BT rounds, those would be nice. Get rid of the PS rounds. Take the BT. G-phone, like... There's nothing here that I really want to replace with it. It is a worthy sell item though. G-phones are good to take out of the raid. Alright, we're gonna have to start making our way back to where I need to actually be. In order to try for this quest again. Let's see. The last time I successfully made it to the tanker, I ended up having to fight 2 scavs while I was there, just NPCs. Which, you know, iron sights, M4s, it's not necessarily the easiest thing ever, but I'm gonna get into that again. I'm just gonna take my time. There's nothing about this that I need to rush. My one concern is going to be my hydration. Because I'm overweight, I'm actually losing hydration quicker than I normally would, and I haven't found anything to drink in loot caches, which, you know, I find that I can rely on loot caches quite often for my nutrition and or for my energy and for my hydration. We'll see. I'm going to be cutting it close, I think. But 20 minutes into the raid, a lot of people are going to be already on their way out or eliminated. All of those things are good things for me. Gaining strength right now too, which is good. I find that strength gaining is actually quite straightforward. All you need is like a decent sized backpack, like a burr cut, and one rig inside of it, and then just cram it with all the 1 and 2 square items. Secondary weapon, like you'll be gaining strength pretty early on. So there are 2 loot caches over to my left that I haven't hit, and there's one on my way that I'm going to try and get. As well, there's a duffel bag to the right. I'm thinking about all the places that could be finding some more hydration. We're going to hopefully see less stutters. Oh yeah, this is the way that I like to traverse right here too if I'm cutting across. The tree line that I've been using for cover. This is a vulnerable spot right here, but most of the time the people that have angles on me from right here, like right over to the right, they're not going to be chilling there for long. I have to watch for scavs right in front of me. And this is the cache that I want. Quickly take a look with my weapon. Hey, what's up, Teddy? I'll have a better look in just a moment. Oh, perfect. Get to insurance fraud a little bit. Some nails would be useful, but we're just going to leave them. Nails are expensive too. So that's like another really good barter item. If you ever see nails, and this is specifically when I look at, well, it is a good barter item, but also a good flea market item. Most of the profit items that I think about are flea market profit. So even if I'm not picking up stuff, I'll try and point out what things I would be prioritizing. And my prioritization right now is weapons, functional items, quest items. I don't get to think about profit quite as much. So we're making my way over here because I do want this other loot cache, which is in this first tire. I'm going to turn to my left, get a prone on, see if I can find some energy. Toolkit would be, or a tool set would be nice. But I just don't, I guess I can get rid of my hoses. I'm not going to bother. There are some barters, so like, you know, those items would be potentially nice to take, but this battery is actually going to be very helpful. Batteries are just a pain. 1, to find them, and then 2, to get them out of the raid because they're such a big item. And you do end up needing a few of them later on for tasks. So I'm going to make it a priority right now. Always clearing my corner. Even if I knew that that was clear before, I still want to double check it. And I've been making a mistake with these towers because the snipers haven't been here for so long, but you should be checking that sniper tower up there. So I gotta be careful of across. That bush line across is somewhere that people really like to be at. So I'm safe from there just because I have my back being covered by the truck. I can start peeking in here to see if I'm catching any movement, any scavs. So I'm vulnerable now to there, but I've started just like I'm changing which angles I'm vulnerable to in order to scout around. So I wanted to get a look up in here. So my left was my most unknown location, so I come around looking through it first. And what I can actually do is I'm going to leave the battery here. Made a really weird sound while I was putting it down, but I thought it was actually this dude, yeah. So I'm going to hang out here for a second. See if I can go prone. If this guy comes back, he'll give me a free shot at him. And I know that I need to come back this way, so that's why I put the battery there, and it's like firmly implanted in my brain. It's a big item, and it'll stop my hydration from going down quite as much. So anytime you're overweight, you're going to be losing energy and hydration quicker. I could have also left my entire backpack there, but I wanted to bring my bag just in case. So I'm hoping to get a free shot on this scav, which is why I'm choosing to chill here. And the sound that tipped me off was actually him sliding after he stopped running. And the reason why I'm waiting is because I assume there's more than one scav here. I figured this guy might return back to this location. It seems like he's not, so I'm going to have to pursue in. Ideally, I would like to fight one at a time. So, kind of clearing over on my left again. Clear straight ahead. Keep an eye on my left. Now we're safe from there. Vulnerable spot from the back, but it's pretty limited. I can use these barrels. So, dropped one. Drop two. Just waiting to see if I can hear anything. I have my back here because of these. So I know that my back's covered. So I want to be able to see right here, and then maybe if someone comes by right on my right. So patience is the real key, I think, in this sort of situation. You know, I'm undergeared. I don't want to rush anything. I have 20 more minutes. So I can just kind of peek out a little bit. Don't want to overcommit too much, so I'm actually going to clear in right here and get a look from the other side. I am making noise too, so I have to worry about people coming in, like players. And I'm actually going to double back because I find that this other area over here is easier to fight from. Problem with running now is that someone on the other side of this wall could have heard me. Now we're going to get a bit more aggressive, a bit more vulnerable. So we have our one down. We have this guy here. We can loot him while we're moving around. Nothing really useful with his knife. This one's the higher value one. The shotgun would be useful. But I think that the hunter's going to be more value to me as a weapon. May as well get my mag and my weapon reset. So reloading, like, you know, even just a couple of bullets is a pretty smart strategy whenever you're just managing only, you know, a couple mags. I don't ever want to lose track of my ammo so that, you know, I could have been reloading it. And another really good time to be plugging your mags with ammo. So I'm just trying to check back behind me. A really good time to be loading your mags is while you're looting. So we're almost ready to commit to the objective there. Just want to swing around to the right a little bit more. Get another peek. So there could still be one scav just being cheeky out here. Or, you know, any other number of player type characters. Alright, could be one in there. Doesn't look like it. Just quickly checking the weapon on that guy. I couldn't quite actually tell, but we're going to commit to the objective, see if I can get it. So my plan is to run back towards this guy. He's got an armored rig on him and an SKS, which is actually a really strong weapon for my level. I would well, actually, I guess I can take it, but I won't be able to take it with the battery, so I don't know. I'm going to have to make that decision there. And I'm trying to decide, do I want SKS or do I want the hunter? And now I'm going to try and figure out what I want to do here. So I could insurance fraud this rig, which would be a strong play, but I lose storage space. That's my concern. And so I'm trying to figure out what I would get rid of, and I think it's the hoses if I want to do this. So if this is the case, let's see how it would work out. So let's just get rid of the hose, because I'm pretty sure I can't. PS rounds we don't need. Esmarch we'll keep. We've got some cash. I need the 2x3 space. So I do want to take these mags if I'm planning to keep this particular weapon. Can loot all those. I'll make sure I hotkey my med. These meds can stay loose. And I can trim some of my meds now as it's getting later in the raid. So what I'll do is I'll get rid of an Esmarch. Gotta make space for my ammo. We have BT. Trying to think of what I can get rid of. I guess one of these mags. And I think this is the best we can do here. Cash is nice to take. And then hopefully we get that rig back later on. So just taking my time, looking back where I came from. I do know where I need to go, where my extract is, and we're going to head back for that battery. I'll get a look at chat here in a sec too. I would like to complete this quest if I can. This one's been a pain in the butt. Choosing to walk on metal for the cover on my right. So it does give away our position a little bit, but come around the angle ready. Listen. If you're someone that's newer and trying to figure out like how to get better and better at gunplay, one thing that I definitely recommend you do is go in and fight against bots. Actually, we're going to check in here because there's a duffel bag. Fight against bots and use hip fire only, and start getting used to that. Start practicing it because it's really, really strong, especially if you have a tactical device on. Drink? Oh, what a tease. What a tease. That's brutal. But yeah, just practice hip firing. It's really, really, you know, viable to just hip fire your weapon. And the more you practice it, the more you'll get used to where the bullets are actually coming out. And it works just like a pool cue would. So right out the end of your barrel. So like if I'm trying to aim at the 5 right there, I think I'm, you know, pretty close. There's sort of bullet ricochet, I think. Avoided the metal while I was going down. Checking my hydration really quick. We're at 36. Is more than enough to get out of the raid. I just don't want to like dawdle. Gotta be careful. This is a common scav spawn. Gonna get across the street. Use the stairs. Use my free look to the left. Recharge our stamina. Woo! Yo, what's up, Fred? How you doing, Gat Cat? What's the best way to complete Grenadier? Lots of grenades, my friend. And yeah, probably factory. Too many times do you see Tarkov YouTubers playing nothing like the real struggle of leveling in Tarkov? Yeah, dude. It's actually kind of funny because I was thinking about this Teddy when I was playing, and I failed my last 2 sessions to get this. He was right there. I failed my last 2 sessions, and I was like, "Oh man, that's pretty frustrating." But the reality is, like, oh, I thought that was the dude. He's here now. Yeah, a lot of people make it look like it ain't no thing. I'm just gonna, like, mag dump on that dude. Ain't taking no chance. But yeah, showing the struggle, right? Like, I think that there's definitely some value in that. That, like, I've got a wealth of time spent learning maps, strategies, player routes, weapons, ammo. Like, I know and understand enough of the game that I can play it, and it's like, it doesn't feel like it's a mountain of difficulty anymore. But, like, you know, 2-hour sessions where I couldn't complete one task. That's that's like it. That's cool to me. The fact that it can be that difficult. And you know, like I said too, I think there's some value in showing that. So I'm glad you appreciate that perspective as well. Okay, so let's see if I can get through. So this is one of the danger spots. This whole area from here back behind me to the metal container where the loot cache is, until we get into the trees, into the forests. So this area is going to be one of the last spots. Again, I mentioned that people will have an angle on me from the left, but it's such a rare place for people to be, and I can check it quick. The other danger is of course, of this hill. You never know when someone's going to be just on the side. And then I also have to be careful of people traversing this wall, which generally, not always, but generally will be lower skilled players. I don't know if I just heard steps behind me or not. Not sure if I'm just hearing my own trampling on the gravel. And I'm basically just going to take the way back that I would before. And, you know, so I said that newer players would take this kind of path up against the fence. It is definitely a safer path for me to be taking right now, and nicer that I'm not against a white wall for contrast. So I think, you know, I try and stay away from the white walls. And absolutely expecting someone from anywhere. What was that? I do not want someone shooting me from range right now. So scanning up in front as I run down. Yeah, Tarkov is pretty brutal. The leveling to 10 can be a pretty tough grind. I would say that if you're struggling just like crazy, the easiest way is to continue to do tasks, of course. But if you're like me and you just, you're having session after session and you're... The hell was that? I'm hearing things. If you're having, like me, and you're having session after session of fail on the tasks, like, what else do you do? So, I could just continue on looting loot caches and taking fights on scavs. I will level up to 10 reasonably quick that way. If you have an abundance of gear, go do factory runs and try and kill as many scavs as you can there. Definitely getting kills will earn you a ton of EXP, and if you were an experienced player, you could go to somewhere like Reserve and farm raiders. Raiders will give you a wealth of experience. Like, it wouldn't be uncommon for you to make 10, 15k a raid if you're getting a bunch of kills. Okay, so we've gotten through the hard part. I am going to speed it up a little bit. Make sure that now that I get to this hill, I clear to my right. Looking good. My hydration's probably around 25, maybe 20. Figured I'd check this last loot cache. Is that 20? Crackers, don't need any of it. Ugh. Kyle, no, the Giving Tree is over by the old gas station, if you know where that is. So the old gas station has an area in the back that has like there's like a cement ring, and inside it there is a med bag. If you can picture that, right beside the med bag is a tree, like just outside of the cement ring in the ground, and that's where you'd find what's called the Giving Tree. A couple of times I've caught somebody right in there. Gotta be careful of my right. I want to get this last loot cache just in case I can upgrade some of my loot or get something pretty fantastic out of it. But I gotta be careful because dudes will pop me from right there. A single loot cache was hit. And at this point too, I'll drop my meds for notable items, or I'll just fill up my container like I'm gonna do here. Garbage. BP rounds. Holy smokes. Okay, so that's going in there. And we're gonna get rid of you. It does not get any better for me than BP rounds. That's probably the number one find for sub 10 leveling is BP rounds, or BT rounds for, you know, the budget AKs. But running an SKS with BP, oh, so good. You can take out anybody. Oh, poor dude. So I'm clicking his body just to gain experience. I just gained 15 experience for that one click. Not getting too impatient here, so I want to make sure that I play smart still all the way to the end. I can see why it might be tempting to just be like, oh, I'm near the extract, let's go. And always look for campers. Oh my goodness. Imagine if someone ran down after me. I would just be hoping to all heck that I hit him in the face. Offline is awesome. Yeah, that's a great recommendation, dude. I think that if you're someone that's new and you're struggling in the game and you're not utilizing offline mode, that's one of the easiest ways to start like getting the experience that you need on the maps just to learn them, and then, you know, practicing the combat. The AI is pretty weak in offline mode, but I can't understate how important it is to learn the maps and spend just more time getting more familiar with them. And then once you've got, you know, you can go across the map from point A to point B and get to either side of the extracts, or however the map works out. So you want to have like 2 defined areas to get out of the map, and then you start branching off into different areas. Oh my gosh, I can't believe we completed it. It only took three sessions, so just over, I guess, like, it was around 3 hours to get this done. That's hilarious. Shoot up picnic, awesome. Scabs on woods, delivery from the past, everybody's favorite, right? Okay. So, do we unlock anything else? I do need to get a Salua, so we suggest, it was suggested. Oh! I already found the body armor! That's so sweet. I wasn't sure how early I got that one. Now I have to get a Taz out of the raid. That's awesome. That frees up some of my space too. So we got you, and I won't have him until I unlock Friend from the West. Okay. So that armor that was in here is going to get replaced by a battery. Perfect. I have now some screws. I have a new weapon, which is awesome. Some 7 and 39, some BP. That was a good raid. Some BT even. And a new armor. Sweet. That was good. Oh, Taylor, how are you doing, dude? Pocket watch done. That one was rough. That was really rough. And now I think I got something else going on in the hideout here. Maybe it's the workbench? No. What was I looking for? Okay, so we did security before. You know what I really wish you could do for something like illumination? I wish I could just like put my light bulbs in here and I could put my wires in here. That would be a really welcome change for newer players. So I do have my workbench. What's going on with the water collector? Okay, so that could be one that I'm working towards. Dang, I thought there was something else. 2 matches? Is it the generator? No, I need the plug for that. What did I need? Maybe I already did it. I just remembered needing screw nuts, but I must have gotten them on one of my scav runs and then completed it. So I'm not doing anything with my hideout right now. I could end up actually crafting a Salua, but I need the generator, so I need a plug. Interesting. Okay. So knives, until I unlock Jaeger, will just get sold to fence. This is actually why I keep my melee slot empty whenever I go into the raid, so that I can guarantee taking out some sort of melee weapon. That knife that I just sold is worth a decent amount to Jaeger. I think it's like 10k or something, which is, you know, that's free money that I have a slot that I can't lose. And if you find an antique axe, those are worth a lot. They're worth like 50k. You do need one for a task later on in the game, but that's definitely one of the ones that I'm looking out for. So I'm gonna load up my character, and I'm actually going to run into a scav raid here. I'm just trying to think of how I can best manage my space. So I'm gonna put as much inventory on my character as I possibly can, and those will just get organized here in a little bit. I do have room for ammo somewhere, so let's do that. I can actually keep that on there. Oh, what good ammo hauls! That was awesome. I will put you in there. Put this on my character. No, I don't want that. There. Where's my my mags? There they are. And yeah, rigs. Like rigs on rigs on rigs. That's all I'm trying to get. These bank robbers are kind of cramping my style, but you know, it is what it is. I'm trying to keep them to use them. I suppose I can do this. And looking pretty good. So you'll notice that I even insurance fraud my masks. It is good to wear a mask all the time, and it's just like it's a little bit. It really is pretty minimal. The exception would be if you insurance fraud for one of the higher value masks. So if you ever see a smoke mask, people really like wearing them because they look cool, but they also cost 27,000 on Ragman or thereabouts. So yeah, let's do a scav run. I think good for inventory. Maybe ammo. You go in here, you go in there. Oh, I thought I had the ability to put that in. There we go. So I got a nice big spot for loot. I got another nice big spot for loot. So I'm guaranteeing that I won't run out of space whenever I come out of my scav run. And let's see if I can do a nice money run here. I am gonna try and look for Saluas as well, but I'm just gonna run. Wouldn't know. Can finally get rid of the key. I guess that's true. What level are you up to now, Taylor? And how about you, Teddy? What level are you at? And bank robbers are totally fine for early leveling. They're cheap. They'll always come back to you. It's essentially like a free rig. Once you get access to the fleet, at this point, I would use the War Tech rig, the one that costs around 11, 12k and has 10 spaces. So just like the plain rig. That's one of my go-tos. And then yeah, any rig I kind of find, though I tend to stick with using things like the Wartech rig, and then I'll use the other rigs just to sell to the vendors to make some profit off of them, or I'll like just totally cheap out and keep using the bank robber. The other day I lost 6 loadouts. Yeah, I felt that, Taylor, dude. Definitely. It hurts, doesn't it? But, I mean, how much nicer did you feel looking through your stash? You're like, oh, I got all this space. It feels good. It's always the bright side, right? And the nice thing about your situation, Taylor, is I know that you are at the point now where you know how to make money in the game. So while losing the loadouts does suck, at least you know how to replace them, and it doesn't just bankrupt your whole playing the game. So I got a laser sight on the side of my gun. That's great. Oh, and I spawned in this spot. I got 12 minutes in the raid. Let's see what we can do here. I'm gonna run all the way over to where the med bag is. I gotta be careful. I'm gonna play like kind of the more aggressive, fast style that I normally would, because we have such little time. And I'm gonna check my inventory as I get to the loot. So PRS, not worth anything. I got some matches. I do need them. I'm gonna hotkey my meds. We got a Salua. Let's go. Time to get out. While I'm here, I didn't actually pay attention to which extracts I had. But I will check on that soon. Get rid of this bandage. Hotkey that one. I could have paid attention. So military base, checkpoint, or factory far corner. Either one of those is probably going to be fine. And there's a little loot spot here that I've been trying to show a couple of times. I want people to know about it. Just gotta be careful. Dudes could be coming in. Right here. See where that bleach is? You can find anything there. Even the low value Tetris now. Which, like, it's really funny. People were like so bent on the whole Tetris barter thing, and like I get it. You know, they're changing the way, but like income is not hard to get in the game. People just really like that Tetrises were able to be changed for like 800k in profit, which is sick. I think they just need to change the Bitcoin completely. Maybe make Bitcoins worth like 100k or something, and then Tetrises can go back to the way that they were. So I don't want to take too long in here, but I do want to hit this container. I want to hit the jacket that's over right behind my cursor on the left. You always got to hit the jackets. Jackets are one of the things that you shouldn't miss. Actually, I should just go this way. So here's a fun little like random sort of take advantage of your display tip. This one's pretty rough too. So while I was over here looking here, I've got 110 frames a second. I look over here and I've got 80 to 90. I know that there are either scavs or players in this direction within a certain range. I don't know what that range is, but I know that when my frame rate goes down like that, it's because of the players. So if you've got a frame rate display somewhere on your computer, I've got mine on my monitor. You can actually turn one on in the game. That's a nice way to kind of know if you should be aware. I don't know what that... Oh, I'm trying to figure what that sound is. I think it's those are the guns, the mounted weapons. A lamp. You'll notice that I always, after I'm interacting with the loot, I try and turn my character towards the direction where I may face an enemy. So I think I needed white tape for the hideout, but blue tape's whatever. That ammo is going to be awesome for me too. So if I can make it out of the raid with that ammo, that'll be very helpful. Thought I saw a body here on the left. I did not. Gonna take a little bit more of an aggressive approach through here. Still try and be a little bit vigilant. There is a body there. Doesn't look like he's got a weapon on him though. We want the med case. I'm gonna check these really quick. This is all probably eluded, so I might be wasting my time. I'm going to just check 2, and if there's nothing in the second one, I'm going to go. Oh. I'm checking these mostly for flash drives. And bulbs, apparently. So I'm being pretty aggressive, like pretty reckless with my movement here because it's so late in the raid. There's often a Salua on that right there. Lunchbox. Do need the matches. Let's get rid of the Zebo. The Zebo. I need some more storage space. So that's one of the reasons why I'll end up taking out scavs. I'm curious how scav karma is going to affect the game. Most of the time I leave scavs alone, but when I need the space, then I'll always take them out. I was pretty sure that crow was a person. So at this point, I'm thinking that the military checkpoint is going to be my extract. I've got 7 minutes, which is still a decent amount of time to hit enough loot. And I've got one more major Salua area that I'm going to go to, but it is going to put me in a dangerous place. But we're gonna go for it. We're gonna go all in, all or nothing. Okay. So the interesting thing about these being open now, it means that someone's come here since we've been in the raid. When we spawn in, everything will be closed. This is kind of a silly play, but we're gonna... go and do it anyway. I would say when you're working for profit runs, like, avoidance is the best strat. Trying to scope out his rig. I think it's a Triton. No, it's just the scav vest. Oh, he's got a face mask, though. Can we use that? Fred would approve. PPSH. Sounds like the area that we're going to might be occupied. Someone said that recently to me that they hate running this little loop here. And they're like, I don't know where to go. Don't know how I want to approach it. I like to go up through here. I use these bits of cover while I'm clearing like all of the top angles. Because we might run into the boys, which will be very unfortunate. Got spooked by the shot behind, and we are getting shot at. Who would be shooting at me at this point in the game? I don't really know. And with what weapon? I also don't know. So we only got 3 minutes to get to our extract. I pretty much need to go there. Check for the Saluas. So those 2 rooms that I went into are ones where you can find meds. They took away the... Oh, okay. I was like, did they take away the frickin'... What do you got? A bigger backpack? Yeah. Another mask. That'd be cool. So I'm gonna ignore the cache that was on my left. I think I can still hit some loot on my way here, but I'm gonna take a fairly direct path. 2 minutes is not a lot of time, but it is enough. I'm gonna open up this to see if I need to do any other organizing as I go. Just weapon parts. Yuck. We will grab them for now. Beggars can't be choosers, right? So I'll just keep peeking at the time. 2 minutes, 5 seconds. Still lots. This has been looted. Garbage ammo. Taking direct paths. Not really worrying about cover. Yeah, it's really nice once a player achieves level 10. Not for being able to necessarily get like to buy stuff off the fleet. I like it personally for the profit. Come on, baby, please. Do it. Like just one time. Yeah, for the profit is the reason why I like it. Having access to the flea. Lamp. Bolts. Bulb. More than enough time. Can still keep hitting loot caches as I go. What will I drop? Weapon parts? Yep. Quake Maker. Oh. Brother. I take all of it. And look at that. Tons of time to spare. Like an extra 15 seconds. I could have gone over to that cache. It's right there. Would have been easy. Yeah, I definitely have to prioritize function over profit at this point. And what I mean by function, it's like weapons that are going to be meaningful to my character. And I look out for specific things. Like you'll notice there that I dropped the PPSH in favor of an SKS, because the SKS is like usable to me right now. Same thing with this little baby AK. These two weapons are great for my point in the you know, my character progression. Whereas the little full auto weapon, you know, I chose to leave the mags on that character back there because I heard something, I wasn't sure. And in general, like that weapon's cool, but it's I can't buy anything for it right now. So I'm always trying to make the choice based on what do I have access to. And even when I have access to the flea, I hate buying ammo off the flea unless it's cheap there. So SNB rounds and BT come to mind as some good ammo to use. But if it's not going to be cheap on the flea market, I generally won't get it. All right, what do I need to keep? So we gotta keep that. Oh, those are good there, I think. Now we'll stuff them in the bag. Nuts and bolts, always good. This red powder, like, it's not that meaningful to me, so I think I might just be saving it temporarily for the flea market. And if I end up needing space, I'll 100% just sell it to the vendor. Food we can keep. Meds, always good, especially these bandages. That's nice. I actually should have kept that open. For now, I'm going to keep these knives, but if I run out of space, I'd rather keep the brown-handled knives so I can get an MP5. I don't really care about the P226 trade. And if you have no idea what I was just talking about, this Peacekeeper here, we could get this gun for the silver or the gray handle knives, and then we can get this weapon for the brown handle knives. And you can see I have 4 of 8. Here I have 1 of 4. I tend to not really do too many pistol runs. Oh yeah, I forgot about this trade. DVD and an HDD. Should watch out for that. I'm going to equip this. That way I can just control click all these things. Control click all these things. This is the rig that I was mentioning, the budget rig that I like to use. So it's the WT rig. Right around now they go for 10, 11K, which is almost cheaper than the bank robber, and it's a better rig. It's basically a bank robber with a 2x2 space and then 2 extra 1x1 space, 2 extra 1x1 spaces. Time is it? 7:10. I think that might be it. But yeah, so my next plan is to go to customs, and I'm going to get the package out of the office. So that's for delivery from the past, and then I'll end up in factory. So I actually don't mind this task. I know a lot of people, stresses them out because they have to get this thing from one map, take it into another map, and then leave it there. And factory can be a trying place. But factory, if you get the right spawn or you just get lucky, it's easy. You just go there, you do the thing, and then you get out with little to no effort at all. Sometimes you'll spawn in a particular place and you'll just get whooped. And like no matter what your gear is, there's certain spawns in factory that are gonna crush you like that. So that's whatever. I think the reason why I don't mind this task is because I like playing customs. So if you enjoy playing customs and you know loot cache run, or a good loot run that you enjoy doing, I would like encourage you to think of this one as like, sometimes you're just gonna get lucky with the delivery from the past, sometimes you're gonna lose it, and it's whatever, and that just means you go back to customs and play some more. So yeah, that's the next goal. This PSU I don't think I need, so maybe I'll sell a couple of things while I'm here. 5K, that's rough. I am going to keep these guys. For right now, I'm just going to sell the energy lamps. Don't need them. And some of this stuff is nice to sell to Ragman, just because I got to level these guys up. Let's see here. I got one of my Saluas. Oh, that's nice. And I'm just going to get rid of this rig. I know that this rig is worth a bit more on the flea. I'm going to get rid of the TT pistol. Gonna get rid of these slug rounds, and then I've got yet another laser device. So this is how I end up collecting them. So I can't really use them very often right now. I can definitely outfit this AK. Let's see here. I can't remember. Oh, this AK is perfect. This is the last little example that I'll share before I go. So this is how I would, if I wanted to kit this gun a little bit. So what I was just looking for, and it might be hard to see, right around here, this rail actually allows me to mount an optic on the side. So I can take 2 different sights. So if I want to just filter by attachments here. So there's 2 that proper sells, well, technically 3, but this thing is garbage. Don't ever use it. It's terrible. So I could use this one. So if I wanted just a 4x scope, or, where are you? Don't tell me they took it away from me. Maybe I'm just looking at the wrong guy. Or maybe it's gone off of the level 1 trader. Well, that would be so cruel. So it's the other version of this site, which usually you have access to it. Maybe they took it away. Oh, that's so sad. Oh no, it's right here. I'm blind. So I'm gonna grab one of these guys, put that on there. Infinitely better weapon already. If I want to upgrade it a little bit more, I'm gonna, so see how these 2 pictures are the exact same? This always confused the heck out of me. Well, we can see here, this says AK-74G2. It's the gas tube. And because this component is on here, it was showing that on the picture. So this part, the handguard, we take that off, and this is one of the best value components in the early game. So there's 2 of these that proper sells. You can see here they look very, very similar. Well, this one's called the Polymer AK100 Series foregrip. So this would be the one component you'd want to learn about early on for AKs, and the reason why is because if we look underneath here, so this one's got nothing going on. It's just a nice smooth, pretty clean looking. So this one's got an attachment spot for a grip, and we've also got a spot for a laser, which is dope because we can grab this, I can slap this on the gun. I can come on over to skier. We can grab this 7K grip, which they added not that long ago. Put that on the gun, and then I'm going to take that laser device. And now we've got like a very functioning weapon for not very much. You know, I spent a little bit, but you have to level up your traders, so you may as well spend some money anyways. So that's perfect. That's like the gun's just, that's done right there. And I'll go add it into my space that doesn't exist. So I'm kind of hoping that I die at some point here. I could save my Salua for, I could save this to, let's check and see if it's my buddy. Oh, it's my dad calling. 1 second. Hey dad, I'll call you back in like 5 minutes. Okay, bye. Hopefully you heard that. And oh yeah, same thing with this gun right here. So normally, oh no, it doesn't have it. Oh, that's so sad. So this gun normally has the mount on the side too, which we can get from somebody. Just have a little look. Last couple of little things here. I thought you could trade for it. Who has it? Maybe nobody? Maybe that's later on. Oh, that's so sad. Normally, the benefit of having this tan SKS is that it comes with the dovetail mount, so that you can mount this exact same optic on it, and that would be ideal for using those BP rounds that I found earlier. It's like the perfect weapon. Or you can put the 4x on it, which is really cool too. So we got some options, which is awesome. I've got these 10-round mags, super sweet. The Hunter is a great weapon. As soon as you unlock Peacekeeper level 2, you can buy M80 rounds, which is like, mwah, you know? I got some new ammo. Can't remember if I can use that tape. It is whatever. It is whatever it is. And tuck those up there. I think I'm gonna get rid of that. I'll keep these, and I'll organize the rest of my inventory later. So that's it. Successful. I like it. So my next session, I will go and try and get the customs package, and then I'll try and get delivery from the past done. I'm getting close as far as like where my level is. I'm almost level 7. So one more Salua is going to net me 2,000 EXP, and then I'll unlock another task, which is sweet. The only reason I'm not turning this in right now is because I could actually use this down to 1 of 400, so I could use 399 hit points from it. If you're worried that you would mess it up and use it all the way up, then just turn it in. But yeah, if you wanted to play like a consecutive raid and you needed to heal your character after, that would be one way. So you heal with your Salua and then turn in the used up Salua to the therapist. And then I will probably, bearing enough time, I will venture into woods and get, so there's this task here where I got to find these 2 areas, and I'll actually unlock a compass, which, I mean, you know, it's cool to have, but it's just mostly for the EXP. I will do the introduction task, which is on mechanic. So this unlocks Jaeger, which is always going to be helpful. And then at the same time, I'll probably find a Taz for this guy's task right here, and I just need 1 of them, which is pretty sweet. I can't remember if there was something in here. Couldn't remember what this barter trade was. Oh, and I can just buy a Taz? Is it a found in raid one? I think it is a found in raid one. Yeah, hand over found in raid shotgun. Okay. It's like I can just buy this? That's nuts. Yeah, the AK-105 it's a decent weapon. So if you were comparing this to one of the other AKs, it has slightly higher recoil than an equivalent AK-74N, and the 74N also has the same way to mount the sight on it. But yeah, this is a great like low-level gun. It'll be perfect for me. And comparing it to this right here, so I'm at 97 recoil, 88. For whatever reason, I will find this easier to control. I don't know what it is. And then the fact that I have a sight will just be sweet. That's it. So Sunday and Tuesday are my normal stream days. Today is obviously Sunday. I'll be back again 6 o'clock Pacific. If you want to come hang out, I'm going to play more of this account on Tuesday. So if you want to see a bit more of the tasking situation, and you know, whenever I'm here, by all means, ask any questions you want. I always try and go through chat and address everything that's asked. If you'd like me to demonstrate something, that's always an opportunity for me to modify the, you know, the objective that I have for the day. So the goal of this channel is just to share educational information or to make the lives of other Tarkov players a little bit easier. And so if you have a request, by all means, you know, come by, message me while I'm live. You could also reach out to me on Discord and say, hey, you know, on your next session, could you speak to this? And as long as it fits within the beginner style or even intermediate style educational content that I'm going for here, I'd be more than happy to include that in, you know, consecutive sessions, because it's, you know, ultimately the content here is for you guys. So if you'd like to take me up on the offer, you can find my Discord link inside all of my map tutorial videos, and just just send me a DM. That'd be fine. Yo, what's up, Gunner? I'll see you guys all later. Carlos, good to chat with you. Taylor as well. Teddy, hopefully we'll see you again. And I just caught up here seeing that you're only at level 13 or so. That's still pretty good, dude. This game is a trick, but now that you're over that, you know, level 12 is a substantial one, and like you'll hit these other markers, 15, 18. It's so good. Tarkov's fun, man. I kind of wish that I was still learning at the beginning, but you know, we're here. This is good. All right, you guys have a good night. We'll see y'all later. Thanks for stopping in, Gunner.